So when you're choosing your crankbait, what I want to try to do is really look at the water clarity and think about the forage base in the system that I'm fishing, to have something that is going to be natural and yet still visible in those situations. You know, a lot of times in the South, if I'm cranking grass lines and the water's colored up, man, I might throw a powder blue chartreuse. You know, you want something very bright and visible. But in a lot of these northern natural lakes like this that are real clear, you want to match the forage. So I'm going to throw perch colors, throw a lot of bluegill colors, patterns, things like that. You know, I mean, brim colors, bluegill patterns are definitely go-to. A lot of these lakes, that's the main forage in the summer. This is definitely a great summertime pattern. The fish relate to the outside edges of these grass and all summer long into the fall. And eating bluegills is what they're eating, so you want to match that with your crankbait. From spring to fall, this is a great technique just about anywhere in the country. You know, bass love grass, they love to relate to those edges, and a crankbait is a tool that you can cover a lot of water and be very efficient. You know, you can focus and go right down it. You know, so many of the things that I try to do while I'm out there being efficient is just keeping the bait in the zone where I think the fish are setting. And when you're following a grass edge like that and these fish are relating to that outer edge, this is having that bait in the strike zone the whole cast. So these are my main tools. So let's head out to the lake and I'll show you exactly how I like to fish this bait and work it through the grass. There he is. Golly, he jammed it. I mean, pulled it off some grass and he knocked the fire out of it. See here what we got. Feels like a smallmouth. Yep. Whoop. Not a big one, but a good one. Just a good, good solid keeper. But the big thing when you're cranking grass is you want to have a rod that's, plenty powerful. I throw a 7'4" medium heavy composite rod. It's got, a soft tip. It really helps me throw that bait a long ways, but I've got a lot of power right down in here. And with it being composite, I can feel every bit of that grass. If you get it caught in the grass, you got to have the power to rip it out. The whole thing about cranking deeper grass is being able to clear that bait. You got to pick the right grass line for sure. A wall of grass is not what you want. You want a tapering edge. So when I see a tapering edge of grass, I'm automatically thinking of a crankbait because it's so efficient if I choose the right bait with the right size line to cover whatever depth zone that grass line is. If it's really deep grass, deep hydrilla, places like Amistad in Texas, we'll crank a 6XD out there and just trying to hit that deepest grass in 20 foot of water. But a lot of the natural lakes, a lot of the reservoirs in the Midwest and things like that, most of the grass lines are in that 8 to 12 foot zone. So that's perfect for a Series 5 or a 5XD or even a 3XD. And it just gives you a bait that you can be real efficient at covering that particular zone. I'm just following it with my 360, and there's some taller clumps, but I'm really trying to focus on this scattered grass. I'm out here in about 12, 13 foot of water. I've got a Series 5 Strike King crankbait. This runs 10 feet deep, basically. And it's just getting just in the tops of that grass. It's 2 to 3 foot tall on the outside edge, and there's a few taller clumps, and that's what these fish are relating to.
It's Mike Iaconelli. This is Bass U TV.
Here's what's awesome about Bass U TV.
You get the top instructors.
You will learn things at Bass U that you will learn nowhere else.
We take the mystery and the myths out of bass fishing.
Real tools that help you catch more fish consistently.
At Bass U TV, shoes are optional.
And I like turtles.
And that's why you want to check out Bass U TV.
Join the Bass U family.
Welcome to Bass U TV.